The First Great Hunt, Log 3. Once the First Coalition War in its early phases had concluded, the mid-war phase took its place. Generally speaking, the mid-war period began once the Triikua and Inalaans began producing and fielding their own fleets, having successfully grasped Founder technology and moving into production on their own Class A jump drive programs. Militarized ships with sophisticated weapon systems became the norm, even in non-threatened systems within Coalition space. The Triikua were diminutive compared to Bala-Ur and Founders both, and so life support and crew accommodations took much less space. This, paired with their bellicose nature, initially caused the alliance that would become the Coalition many gains against their opponents. The fight over the Ere system had been forgotten in favor of beating the opposing species into submission, or in the case of the Bala-Ur, hunting and subjugating their adversaries. What little we do know of planets conquered by the Bala-Ur in these days seemed to imply an almost imperial nature to their rule. From their popular image today, one would have expected wanton slaughter. Instead, later liberated Coalition species had reported a cantankerous occupation, but one which was devoid of indiscriminate killings or hunts. These early impressions were the first documented records of the sometimes esoteric honor system Bala-Ur seemed to follow. The Founders had tasked its new allies to serve as their new navy and army, retooling their own shipyard production to serve the smaller species, while they sought out and began the process of uplifting more species to add to the growing manpower pool of the Coalition. Although some exceptions did exist, such as the Triikua dispatching a fleet to Atalor to uplift the nocturnal tree climbers from their pre-industrial civilization. This status quo maintained for a number of years, with war weariness and exhaustion setting in. During this time, Bala-Ur ground operations were rare, instead opting to bomb out key industries and infrastructural centers when they did foray into populated atmospheres. Although this did change for the worst in the coming years.